Welcome to Arsenal Kids Podcast. Hello and welcome to Arsenal Kids Podcast. My name is Ben. As usual, I'm joined by my co-host Madi, and it is great to have you join us.
Yes, hello listeners and welcome to episode number 68.
Thanks, Madi. And can you let our listeners know what we're going to be talking about on Arsenal Kids Podcast this time?
This time, part 1, we are looking at our men's Premier League victory over Burnley.
As we saw Leandro Trossard scoring our 1,000th goal at Emirates Stadium before 2 more were added in the second half, ensuring we earned all 3 points against Burnley. And then coming up in part number 2,
we look at our women's team game in the Conti Cup and the Super League.
And just a quick moment here to say to our wonderful listeners, we hope you enjoy the content we're creating. If you love what you hear, then please like, subscribe, rate and review where it is that you listen to us, and stay tuned for more awesome Arsenal Kids content.
And here is a great opportunity for you because we really want to hear from you. Please, please, please.
Yes, with the international break, we have opportunity to do a player profile, so let us know who you might like us to look at. Send us an email with your thoughts, feedback, or any burning other questions you might like. Your input guides the direction we take, and we love your curiosity, so don't hold back. Email us, connect with us via Facebook or Twitter. Just search for Arsenal Kids.
Let's keep this adventure going together.
Okay, we dive into our men's team game that was played on Remembrance Day, or also known as Armistice Day. And after a moving rendition of The Last Post was played, the team started with only one change from our midweek game, with Zinchenko coming in for Benjamin White, which meant Tomiyasu swapped sides onto the right for this fixture, as White sat out, having had some fitness issues in training.
And we started the game quite brightly.
We did, with Gabriel heading over from a corner early on. Saka's shot as he pounced on a loose ball was deflected by the keeper onto the bar and away, and we almost saw the goal go in for an own goal before the referee called it back for a free kick. Burnley were seeking to soak up our pressure, and Trossard came close after Declan Rice won the ball back high up the pitch, but his dipping effort was tipped over.
And as the second ticked down towards halftime, we finally made the breakthrough.
Saka won another dangerous cross into the box from Zinchenko, headed it towards Trossard, who was at the far post. The Belgian kept his eye on the ball despite being challenged by the keeper to nod the ball into the net from close range,
making it the score 1-0 to Arsenal! Yeah!
And in scoring the goal, Trossard appeared to injure his arm, possibly from slamming into the upright as he finished, meaning that he was receiving treatment and not really then able to celebrate what happened to be the 1,000th goal ever scored at Emirates Stadium. It put us up at the break, but as the teams came out from the second half, the lead was erased as the attacker got the better of Takahiro Tomiyasu, and Josh Brownhill from Burnley got onto the cross, and his shot beat Raya in our goal as it deflected off of Gabriel and into the net.
But we responded almost instantly.
Gabriel Martinelli streaked away on the left and fired a shot at the keeper's near post that was saved, but it was put out for a corner. From that resulting corner, Trossard swung the ball into the middle. Saliba got in front of the keeper and rose highest to easily thud home a header from close range, restoring our 1-goal cushion in the game.
But it didn't take that much longer before we had a 2-goal lead. Woo!
Trossard's corners had been causing problems all afternoon. And as Arsenal, the team who have scored most in the Premier League from set pieces this season, had the ball delivered into yet another dangerous area. The ball bounced off the bar, off of the defender, before it fell to Zinchenko, who improvised brilliantly to volley into the top corner.
It was very Karate Kid style as he put it into the net.
And just like Saliba, this was Zinchenko's first goal at the Emirates, and it gave the Gunners some breathing room which was almost required, especially when substitute Fabio Vieira was sent off with a red card for a stud's high challenge on the aforementioned Brownhill. Fortunately, the Burnley player did not appear to be injured, but it means the last 10 minutes or so plus stoppage time saw us defend, which we did so diligently, with the final score being 3-1.
And next for the team, Ben?
Well, all of our international players will join up with their respective national teams for the last international break of the year. And we're going to be back in action, the men's team, in 2 weeks' time, this time away to Brentford in the Premier League.
Okay, we focused on the men's team game highlights in part 1, and we'll be right back for part 2 after this.
We are back, and we'll start with running through our Arsenal women's first game in defence of their Conti Cup as they faced Bristol City at home at Meadow Park.
And the coach made a lot of changes from the women's most recent game.
9 changes in total, which included a full debut for Australian Kyra Cooney-Cross, and Beth Mead was also in the starting 11 for the first time since 2022.
And after earlier sights of the goal, the Gunners took the lead on half-hour mark.
Yes, we had the ball in the net after 30 seconds, but it was ruled offside. But we found the breakthrough after Beth Mead, with her second assist of the season, cut it back to Frida Marnham, who then rifled the ball into the roof of the net, leaving the Bristol City keeper with no chance at all.
And then we doubled our lead just before half-time.
This time it was Lotte Wubbenmoy who rose highest to meet a Cooney-Cross corner, scoring her first goal of the season. Her ensuing celebration was a well-kept promise to a young Arsenal and Lionesses fan, Izzy, and it was great to see. We kept the pressure on, but we went into the break still 2-0.
After the break, we were caught napping during a set piece.
And this saw the visitors pull a goal back through Struck. That saw an attacking change, with Vivian Miedema and Caitlin Ford being introduced, and it saw a number of their near misses for the Gunners, with a Miedema header from a corner brushing the crossbar and a powerful shot from Ford also hitting the woodwork. But it was in stoppage time that we added a third goal, with Stina Blackstenius bagging her second goal in as many games to ensure that we started out our defence of the Cup with a solid victory, 3-1.
And in our women's most recent Super League game,
we headed to King Power Stadium where we faced Leicester City. And it was great to see Cooney-Cross start again in the midfield, and so good to have her cover in the absence of both Leah Volti and Kim Little for this game.
And it truly was a game of two halves.
It was indeed, as the Gunners were absolutely stunned by 2 first half goals by Leicester in the 36th and 38th minute. They were scored within 54 seconds of each other to give Leicester a shock but deserved first half lead. It was actually the first time the Foxes had ever scored against Arsenal in the Women's Super League.
But the head coach must have given a great half-time to talk.
He must have fired them up, because within 5 minutes of the restart, Chloe Lacasse began the comeback, followed shortly by another goal from Alicia Russo. And while being level in such a short space of time was impressive enough, our Gunners were not done there. Caitlin Ford and Victoria Pelova in the 58th and 60th minute quickly made it 4-2. But there was still more to come, with Stina Blackstenius getting on the score sheet, and then Lena Hurtig adding some gloss with a goal into stoppage time. And all of this was amongst countless shots against the woodwork or saved along the way. But the final score, 6-2 for the Gunners.
What does this mean for the team, Ben?
Well, they've now gone up into second place after 6 games played in the Super League, and their next game is still in the Super League. This time, it's going to be away to Brighton and Hove Albion next weekend.
Awesome sauce! Okay, let's wrap it up for this episode. Thanks again for joining us at Arsenal Kids Podcast.
Before we sign off, we want to express our gratitude for your continued support. If you haven't already, like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode in the future, because your love for the beautiful game is what fuels our passion.
And hey, why not spread the word about Arsenal Kids Podcast?
Yes, please share our podcast with other Arsenal kids you know and help us to grow this amazing community together.
We hope to join you back on the pitch again soon.
Keep the spirit of the game alive, and until next time.